Risk management in the stock market. Maybe an oxymoron, maybe not. The reality is, much like the vehicles have improved over time, the risk management tools that we have at our disposal to protect money in the stock market have changed quite a bit over the years. Diversification, traditionally thought of as stocks and bonds, they operate differently so that when one falls, this one should be fine. And all that is all hunky-dory until you witness 2001 and you witness 2008 and you see that, diversification is nice, but maybe we should have more than two buckets to diversify across. So whether your investment professional has taught you this or not, the reality is if diversification is a good thing across two, then it must be great across many more things. So one tool that I think many people don't take advantage of is hyper diversification. It's spreading your risk out beyond just stocks and bonds, right? And if you can invest into oil and gas, then it makes no difference what the stock market does, right? Because the price of oil is independent. If we're investing into hard real estate, it's often a very non-correlated asset. To me, the coolest thing about it is you can go and it doesn't take much time on the internet to find out that Harvard and Yale structure their endowments where they invest their money, where some of the brightest people around invest their money. And they typically take chunks of 3 to 5% and they spread it out across 20 or so different asset classes. Now, what has to happen for you to get that kind of diversification? You have to hold your advisor or broker accountable and you have to ask them for that type of diversification. Because the reality is they don't get paid much more, if any, and it's extra work. And I think that we would all agree that when there's more time and attention placed on our behalf, especially as it relates to our money, that's a good thing. So that's one way of risk management. Another way is I don't care where your money's at in the stock market. If it's invested, you probably have a website, and that website has phenomenal tools available. Just kind of difficult to learn because there's not people teaching it, because it's not very profitable to teach you how to set up an alert system for your own investment. So here's what I suggest. This is not for you to manage your own. This is what I call the squeaky wheel. So you can call your custodian, if it's Fidelity or TD Ameritrade or Scottrade or wherever it is. Just call them. Say, hey, I'd like to set up an alert system on my portfolio. And they'll say, okay, what do you got in mind? Well, I've heard you guys have alerts that will notify me when any one of my positions falls a certain point. Now, please don't confuse this with a stop loss that sells and pulls you out. I don't think that that would be really good advice right here. This is simply an alert system so that when any one of your positions falls, 5, 10, 15, whatever your risk tolerance is, wouldn't it be awfully convenient if you received an email from your custodian and the email simply said that this position fell 10%? What if you then picked up the phone and called your broker or advisor and just said, hey, what's going on? I saw that this has fallen this far. What are we doing? What's the plan? To me, it doesn't take many of those phone calls for them to get the hint that you're aware, that you care, and that you have the education needed to make them do what they're supposed to do.